Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on, man?
Chilling, Mark. How you doing?
I'm just saying, we got a new Spotify. Follow,
Yes,
like,
sir. Yes, sir.
subscribe. We getting there.
Red Cyclone ain't going up in the world, so we are now on Spotify.
Yes, you could
So
get
go get those links.
all our podcasts on there in one simple link. We have the Morphin Cast, we have the Shell Shock, we have the weekly Wrestling Babble, and it gets better, I swear podcast. So if you haven't listened to any of our verdicts of the video game theatrical movies, you can go back and listen to all of them because we do 30 of them.
And they're right there conveniently for you to click on.
Yes, and yeah, it's part of Spotify. Give us a like, helps us out. Follow, gets our podcast going. So please give it a like and subscribe.
Yes.
Other than
Also,
that,
just wanted to point out.
yes,
Just
yes,
want to point that out. So now, as we say at the end of the podcast, no excuses. Now you have no excuse not to
yes,
listen.
yes, and then we're still working on other places to be accessible with maybe Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes. So we're looking into that right now, but little by little, we got Spotify first. So there you go. So SoundCloud and Spotify, you could get all our channels. They will be on SoundCloud first, and then I think the next day it will be on Spotify.
Also, don't forget you can listen to them raw and unedited on Merc with the Mic on YouTube.
Yes, yes. So, and you can be live with it, and you can talk shit.
Yeah,
Or don't
well, I
talk.
mean, get in that chat room, man. It's right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
We need to get a mod though, because people be talking mad shit.
I don't fucking care. Like, oh, you suck. I'm like, sometimes.
Make Tommy a mod. Make Tommy
Sometimes.
a mod.
Yeah, right. Um, yeah. So follow. We have the Not a Trekkie podcast. We have the Shell Shock, the Morphin Cast, the Gamer Rage podcast. Those are all like monthly podcasts we do with Tenacious T. We have our weekly podcast that gets better, I swear, and the Wrestling Babble I do with my partner Louis Beans, and we have a lot of stuff. So definitely check it out. I'm excited for it. So please follow.
What I was less excited about was this week's verdict. We'll get into that, but yeah,
Do we got?
it's all right.
Do we got to talk about it?
I mean,
This is why we're here for. Like, shit.
true that.
God damn it. Um.
It's
So
too many.
so slightly good news and everything like that. I have been playing WWF No Mercy today, which I almost forgot that and we were gonna cast at 11 o'clock, and I was still playing. I was in a fucking handicap match. Those handicap matches, Road X-Pac.
Terrible.
But the game is fun. The game is beautiful still, and as much as the blurry screen and just what it is, it still probably still has some of the best wrestling mechanics that ever been played.
I could agree with that. Like I'd be playing it right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying, man. So here's my thing about PS5, Xbox Series X, what have you.
Yeah.
You know how their whole thing is to bring on your previous libraries.
Yeah.
How come Nintendo ain't doing that with third party
Because
on a
first
bigger
of all,
scale?
Nintendo
Man,
is like, I think with Nintendo, especially not with the Switch itself, but anything before this, the third party wasn't that important to them.
I know, but
And then Nintendo.
if we're talking about in the grand scheme of just doing right by people who stick with you throughout the years, I can say, even though I don't own a Xbox One X, the ability to play everything that was on that, and then the 360 as well.
Yeah.
Most of the 360 games. Come on, dude, that's some love right there. And although Sony's machine's not doing the hey everything that we ever made is playable, they are doing the previous generation or
Yeah.
current
Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if a Nintendo Switch wanted to slide in that N64 emulator sometime soon
Yeah.
and then put them games on the store, I'm just saying, no mercy for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
So the hard thing with No Mercy is, one, they have to get the engine rights by AKI to be able to remaster it or anything like that. Two, WWF will change it to WWE, and they will not want to feature a lot of those wrestlers from the past, and they will be more likely to want to have their current roster in it, which I wouldn't mind.
Listen, if you told me somebody out there could hack together a nice little 2020 edition of WWE No Mercy, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I wouldn't mind like a mix of the new and old. Like, we don't need Nick and Minion. We don't.
What? Why not?
But if you had to sacrifice him to put in like AJ Styles, I would sacrifice it.
Come on, man. We already sacrificing he who shall not be named. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't have him in the game no more because he did a bad thing, a real bad thing.
Yeah.
So we sacrificing a lot. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Benoit was in it. I forgot he was in it. And I was like, what? Vince McMahon, you can't put in the game? And then I'm thinking about like the other people in it because the New Day on the New Day podcast.
Shout outs to the New Day.
Yeah.
New Day for the Power podcast.
Yeah, because Vince McMahon don't like being mentioned on things. So they say the man, the he who should not be named. That's how they call him. So that's who I thought of was Vince McMahon. I'm like, but Vince McMahon is in the game. He's in every other game. And then I put two and two. Benoit. Yeah, Benoit's in it. And then Test is in it. He passed away. And Eddie Guerrero's in it. He passed away. Droz is in it. He's paralyzed by D'Lo Brown, which is in the game as well. It's a lot of issues there.
Sure enough.
But
you call Test. I know he wasn't, but you could kind of call Test a legend. He had a tag team title run.
IC title run too.
See, the more stuff you add, the better it gets.
I think he was a hardcore champion too.
Did he ever win the ECW championship in that version of ECW?
No, he was supposed to be set, and then he died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, see, you can give him legend status. Come on.
Yeah. But
he said no.
Yeah. You can. He's a multi-time tag champ. He won the tag titles like twice, I think, with TNA, and then with I think another tag partner. He also won the hardcore title and the IC championship. So, I guess so.
Yeah.
Test.
That probably also means you have to give Fred Durst legend status too, right?
He didn't win nothing though.
No, but the Undertaker is probably going to vouch for him.
You know what? I don't think he would. You want to know why? Because I think Taker got tired of the damn song. And he's like, you know what? Fuck that
Don't
song.
say that.
Rolling. Look, I don't even do the dance. Stop it. You know it was supposed to be a dance.
That was a hell of a dance. I remember that.
It was a dance. It was a really bad dance. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing No Mercy. I've been enjoying it. I did pick up this controller. I actually recommend it. It was actually I was skeptical with it and scared that it would work like shit, but it's probably actually a very comfortable controller. I got it on Amazon. It's called Retro Fighter Brawler 64, and I got it on Amazon. It was about $35.
Okay, cool.
It has a long enough wire, so you don't have to be so close to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And it works great.
Does it have a wireless mode or no?
No, it don't.
Okay,
It's a plug-in.
Gotcha.
They do have a wireless version, though. I just went for the cheaper one.
No, I'm just saying. I was just thinking that would be cool to have a wireless controller that works on an N64. That's crazy.
And also, I bought a HDMI converter for the N64 just so I could play on my flat screen because I don't have room for a big box TV. So I recommend this one. It's actually $16. It's N64 to HDMI converter. Sports 16.9 to 4.3 convert ratio. So you can make it the square or a flat. I kept it square because it looked better.
All right.
They have it on Amazon too for $16, so I'll recommend that as well. So far it works good. The only thing is I don't like that you have to plug it in. You have to have power into it. Other than that, it's good. It works good.
I see this company also has a Dreamcast theme controller as well.
Yes.
That looks awesome. I I might get that.
Th-
If you
this-
now, the hook is each controller works for the system that it's showing, right?
yeah, so this one has the port for the N64.
So okay, so that means that the DC controller will work for the DC. So
Yes,
all right,
they'll have the
yo,
plugins
I
for it.
might,
Yes.
I might. Oof.
I do. I do like the
Oh, it's hard
controller
to
a lot.
stop. Damn.
I'll check like Video Games New York may have something like that too, but they do have other controllers and stuff like that. But this one
Hmm?
itself, I'm actually digging because again, like I always had issues with the N64 controller, and to get back into it, it kind of has like a weird feel. And then if you're not playing with a Nintendo version of the controller, they usually shitty.
Yeah. Okay.
And they don't like this one. I was surprised how responsive the controller was. I was surprised how smooth that analog stick is. It's so smooth, and it does not fuck with the game. You moves where you move. It does everything you need it to do. The D pad is very soft, so you're not fucking scraping your fucking finger on it like the old school controller is. You remember those blisters you used to get in your thumbs? Yeah, so I'm really digging it. I recommend it. It's $35. If you're a retro gamer and you're playing on the original console, which shout outs to Tenacious T and our the Gamer Rage podcast, which our friendly Mikey produces. We have a challenge. My challenge was No Mercy, completing the WWE title, and I'm doing the hardcore title, but I was able to pick a title of my own. The only shit is, and what hurt me and pissed me off, and I was just really angry this morning, and then I just started doing it again. I was 100% with the WWF title. I did not fucking take a picture of it, and my whole save got corrupted.
Now, was that like the common? Oh, sometimes it'll just happen, or like you drop it or something?
I guess the copy of No Mercy I had, like, again, dude, I bought this game maybe like 5 years ago in the video game Comic-Con. I never got to play it until this day. And then when I turned it on, I was playing it for a couple months already with the old controller, and that shit was just bothering me. So saw this one, saw the reviews, and I ended up getting it. And I started playing it today. I finished up the WWF title. I saved it, and then it kind of just went off, and then I went back on.
Really?
And I turned it off and turned it on. I reset it and stuff like that, and all my shit got blanked out.
Now, since that happened to you, have you been able to save again, or is it just done? It won't save.
Yes, I've been able to save again. I kind of want to get a memory card now just to have a backup.
Yeah, forgot about that. Does the controller have the plugins?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So I was very, very, very angry this morning, but I was like, I can't make more excuses. I'm just like, fuck it. I might take my first loss on the challenges. I'm not gonna take the loss because I'm still gonna try to complete it. But I'm not. By the time we record, we're not gonna be able to. I ain't gonna be able to complete it. The WWF title brackets are fucking long. Like, those are annoying as shit too. And there's so many like handicap matches.
I got you.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
What were their names? The Briscoe and Patterson. They had
The Stooges.
the Stooges. Oh God, they are all up and down that game.
Yeah. So I was a little sad about that, and so yeah, a little sad about that. Other than that, I'm playing it again. It's a fun game. I do really enjoy it, and I may see if I can stream it. And if I can stream it, I'll probably make like an episodic, like Raw and SmackDown, my own version, and probably try to create some people. And make a little storylines and shit using the No Mercy engine.
That'd be great.
Yeah, they do. They have the N64 controllers. They have a Dreamcast controller. I think they got a Sega Saturn controller.
Yeah, I think they have the nice controller as well. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you make that? All right.
they have some cool stuff. But I recommend it if you're looking for a controller that's different than the N64 one. This one is actually quite smooth. I got the clear gray because I didn't really care the color. I just wanted a good controller to play with. They do have multiple colors. They have blue, green. They got pink, purple. So get whatever you like.
Is it atomic purple? Oh, excuse me, purple.
Let's see if it is.
Because it can't just be regular purple.
Oh, God forbid.
N64 created a color, man. Come on.
God forbid.
It's gotta be atomic
that
purple.
Purple is not purple enough.
It's not clear enough and not purple enough.
No. They don't even have purple.
Blasphemy.
It's like a transparent red. It's orange, blue, green, and like a pinkish. Well, they say it's purple, but it's not atomic purple. Atomic purple was a little darker.
Blasphemy. How dare you?
It's pink. I say it's pink. It looks more like Bret Hart than it does Taker.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm digging it. I'm playing the N64. It's fun to play it again, and it actually don't look that bad on the TV. It's a little blurry, but that's the N64 itself and the limitations it had. But yeah, I've been doing that. What you been playing?
Well, besides Monster Hunter, I did play the. Well, I told you I played Yakuza on hard, and I got beat up.
Okay.
I played Yakuza 0 on hard, like getting hyped and getting ready for the next installation in the series.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, so I'm gonna just play this game. You know what? I already beat this game.
Yeah.
I haven't beaten it on PC, which means I don't have all the bonus content for when you do beat it.
Yeah.
So you start the game naked, and they don't give a damn about you. The first boss the first real boss, which is Kuze. He whooped my ass. I was like, damn, that sucks. The dude, okay? I know you remember this part, Mark. You remember when you're chasing, not even chasing, when you're going through and you get to the point where they kick you out and Kuze leaves you in that room full of guys.
Yeah.
And like they're all gonna whoop your ass. And then there's that one like snively, snotty whiplash looking dude, and he keeps running and you chase him throughout.
Yeah.
And at the last encounter, he's in the bathroom with a mini katana.
Yeah.
He just killed me in 2 hits. That's how rough it is on hard. It's rough.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, trying to figure out how to get through that. Because I see people playing on something called Legend difficulty. I don't even know what that is.
But they probably have all their stats,
all this stuff together. Yeah, I'm sure they do, but there's no transfer. I can't transfer from PS4 to PC.
Oh, you're gonna just have to do it all over again then. I honestly I've been debating if I want to go through Yakuza again, and it's something that I don't know why I keep going back to games that I just go back to the games and then I just go and then I'll line up going through the whole series and I'm like I don't want to do that. I'm still trying to finish Mafia 3. That game is just it gets annoying because it's repetitive, but it's
at the end of the day, when it comes down to what you play, you got to ask yourself, are you winning, son?
Yeah.
Are you having fun, son?
Yeah.
Because if you're not having fun, even if it's something you haven't beaten before, sometimes it's okay to drop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, man, I'm just going to fall back in this Yakuza hole for a little bit.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad about it. If you want to play Yakuza and you want to play 1, and then you want to play 2, and then you want to play 3, and you're like, hey, I like 2, it's okay to play 2 again.
Yeah. I didn't like 3 that much.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do wish they got the treatment. I know why they couldn't. Listen, we're not trying to have people drop dead in Japan from overwork and exhaustion. I understand.
Yeah.
But if you told me you were going to do the work, I'd wait.
Yeah, wait too. Like I that's what I was hoping for. Like each one will get like a Kiwami, and I think they could have spreaded it out all the way to like the next gen and shit too.
I think they didn't know just how popular those games were going to get. I think when they did it, they were like, all right, we made enough money on the first one to make a second one.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
Yeah, I think
Instead of pushing their luck and doing all of them, they were like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't try to do that because people might not buy 3.
I think Zero was like probably the most underrated PS4 game.
Yeah, I could agree with that 100%.
Like no one knew about it, but then when they found out about it, like, oh shit, really? This is it?
You know, okay, so I remember before I mentioned to you how popular Dark Souls is. It's not
Yeah.
really like the popularity that lasts; it's the influence it has, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of games that came out in this generation that took things from that game.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing now, which is interesting, is I'm seeing games take inspiration from Yakuza.
Yeah.
And you know what game got that type of praise from somebody that's really popular? Was Maximilian was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and he was saying that this game feels like a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I thought about it and was like, yeah, he's 100% right, because it's a brawler game that has, it has its little RPG elements in it, but that is not the overpowering thing.
Yeah.
It's just you as a cool character whooping people's ass.
Yeah.
And like the way they tell the story in Final Fantasy VII Remake, it does remind me of Yakuza because it's these very focused moments. It's not like none of those games have stories where it's all over the place. Everything flows from the one thing to the next, but it's just so over the top, and the production is crazy. So they make sure that things explode and you see all types of it. Like it just hit the nail on the head when he said that, and it was like, man, yeah. It really is starting to influence the way I think other Japanese developers make games, but I love it if that's the new thing.
Yeah.
Like people start just, oh yeah, it kind of is good when you take this one character and flesh out his story completely, and but make it badass the whole way through. Why not?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think like every person that asks me, like especially shout out to my friend Classic, I think it's 2880 on Twitch. My friend Brendan, he was asking me, so is Like a Dragon a good game to start off for Yakuza? I said you can start off with that because that one doesn't have the Kiryu's story was 6. So that was his final story. But if you want to feel the aesthetics and what the game was, you want to go to 0.
Yeah.
I think 0 is the best one. Like hands down, I think 0 overall is the best one. Well, to me anyway. That I think I had the most fun with that game.
I think the start of that game is super strong.
Yeah, and then I think the whole Majima part, like Majima was such a strong character, and to actually really get to know him before going into other things, I think that was an important step for him.
And it kind of makes it more reasonable, because I know a lot of people's exposure to Majima wasn't 0. It was just memes.
Yeah.
It was just a picture of this dude with an eye patch that does crazy stuff. Like, what is that guy?
Like,
and I know when 0 came out, more people fell in love with the character because they saw what he went through.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, yeah, I give him a pass.
Yeah.
So when he pops out of a manhole, you go, that's just Majima.
So his name is Classic 2089 on Twitch. Definitely give him a like and send you. But yeah, he was asking me if the Yakuza Like a Dragon is the first. I said, yeah, you should go to 0. Like honestly, you're streaming, might as well stream 0. 0's a very entertaining and weird fucking game. Like you'll get a good laugh, and there's a lot of things you could do. I'll say you might want to cut some things out because the game can be long, but for the most part, you could go do some missions or do poker one night or do like the catch machines one night. That game could be characterized on how you Twitch. So it is what it is.
It's like, yeah, we gambling tonight, but tomorrow we going to the hostess club.
Yeah, like you could do it like
run
that.
A business.
You know what? I actually finally I think that's the reason why I want to go back to the game, because I actually finally learned how to actually fucking play that.
Oh really? Yeah. I actually like those. Those
suck at it. I sucked at it because I didn't.
That's kind of one of the things that makes me like about playing it on PC is I did all that on PS4. I was like, all right.
But maybe you do it differently. Like I don't know. I don't know how you could do it differently.
I'm sure there's like with better knowledge of who to put on what date and whatnot, you could probably get through.
Or
Also,
do it like episodic.
but also the money thing.
Yeah.
The money thing I learned that, and that was awesome. Like I like those boss fights that you get.
Yeah.
So like that I wouldn't mind doing, but yeah, it's got some long threads in those games.
Yeah. I think you should redo it on stream.
Yes, well, not stream. I don't stream. I'll put 'em on
Steam.
YouTube.
Steam. Yeah, redo it.
No,
on
I probably will put them up on YouTube.
Steam. Yeah.
Man.
I think you should Steam them. I think you should. I think you should.
All right.
You know what? Just from a person that you made me, you got me to play that game. I would like to see you go through that game again.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'll even do it with you. And you know what? What we'll do is we'll have a discussion every 2 casts about it.
Okay.
And I'll go through it with you. So basically, we'll be going through the same shit.
Are you gonna play it on hard though?
I'll try. I do have my saves and stuff, so I could roll over my shit. So that's the difference between us.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man. But man, I'm not looking forward to fighting fucking the big dudes.
Yeah, no. Yeah, takedown. No.
Yeah.
Shake down and take down. Oh no. All my money.
So that'll be something. We do like an update. Yakuza 0 update.
Yeah. All right.
So if anything, we start. Let you finish what you had to do. Maybe start next week, and we.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, because I can try to finish Mafia.
Okay.
Mafia is good. Like it has a good story. Like it has a really grounded story. I like the fact that all the games connect to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So there's spoilers. I don't know if you're gonna play it or not, but if you're not gonna play it, then I'll just stay. So the first one, you play as Joey Falcone or something like. No, not Joey Falcone. I forgot his name. Anyway, in his ending, your protagonist of 2 kills him.
Okay.
He kills him off. So when you go into part 2, you actually play that as a mission, and you kill him off.
Wow. Is it done well?
Yeah, it's done very well. Like the high key of the whole series is that story. That story is really good. It's
Okay.
any mafia movie you ever watch, it has bits and pieces of everything. And then 3, Vito, which is the one that kills Tony, he's one of the dudes you work with.
Wow. Okay.
And then his side missions that you have to complete for him to have like true trust in you and shit. His so the ending of 2 is Vito had a best friend, Joe, that he did everything with you. He was the one that was helping you run the city and things like that. And in the ending, a lot of shit happened, a lot of betrays happened, shit like that. And they were like, "Oh, everything is done," and shit like that. They took them both in a separate car, but they just took Joe to kill him.
Wow.
So in part 2, in part 3, he finally has the full plan to kill off all the motherfuckers that killed him.
Wow. Okay.
So he works with you. You pretty much sends you to people to get hit, and you kill them off, and you learn his story, and he gets his revenge for Joey.
Gotcha.
So it all connects. So that's the cool thing about it. The gameplay could be better. A lot of things could be better, but for overall, the game is actually really good.
Okay.
But yeah, Yakuza 0. I'm down to do that again. You know what? I may actually do it on Xbox.
Isn't that the...
Because it's on the Game Pass.
On Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I may do it on Xbox just to have the trophies, the new trophies and shit.
Okay.
So I may do it on that. So we kind of fresh too. I'll try it on hard. And watch me put it back on put it on normal. I'm like, fuck this shit. Y'all stressing me too damn much. Anyway. Oh man. Oh, Miz, 10 years ago. Oh wow. So this is not wrestling. This is a wrestling thing, but Miz won it 2010 Money in the Bank, and he won it 2020. So 10 years.
Well, he cheated, and then he got away with murder, and then the man's friend betrayed him, So
It's
he
not.
didn't really win it because he wasn't even in the match. But
He was celebrated like he did.
yes, you know what? When the hell did Bradshaw become an official judge? He is not a judge. Come
He,
on.
they do it because he's like one of the locker room leaders.
I know.
And
Because I think it was Corey made the joke. I wish every case was settled like that
mhm.
in wrestler's court. So yeah, like all
Yeah.
right, that's funny.
Anyway, anything else? Mandalorian season 2 next Friday, this Friday.
Oh yeah, we can see Sasha Banks.
Yeah, Sasha
That's
Banks.
what reminded me of it because they mentioned it on the New Day. So
Yeah. So yeah, she is going to be on Mandalorian. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think I'm going to rewatch it this week until the new one starts.
okay, cool.
It's
cool.
It's only 10 episodes. They're short. They're not. Well, they're long. They're like 45 minutes long, but it's like you don't have to have love for Star Wars to enjoy this. I think it's such a good. They do such a good job just making its own little world that you forget it's part of Star Wars. You just know because of Yoda that's part of Star Wars.
Mhm.
So it's a good show. Definitely check it out.
All right, cool.
Do I have anything else? I've been reading a lot of comics lately too, so I have a lot of stuff with that. Um, but I'll save that for another. Like I've been going through the original Ninja Turtles. I've been going through like the original. I went to the original. I'm at the 5th book now, and I read
Okay.
the Raphael special, which is the first appearance of Casey Jones.
That's like his own special issue,
Yeah,
or it's inside of those.
yeah. It's a special. It's called Raphael. The comic is called Raphael.
Wow.
They did it with
So wait, but that's the whole comic.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I
It's a
didn't even,
they call them micro issues. So basically, it's like a side story of it. They still do it to this day, but they have one of Donatello. They have one. It's called Donatello, and that was the Jack Kirby issue that with
okay.
with the magical pencil.
Whoa, that's the one they adapted to the cartoon.
Yes, that's like one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Ninja Turtle storylines.
Gotcha.
But and every time they adapted to the cartoon, they did a really good job too.
Oh, they've done it more than once.
Yeah, they did it in the 2003
Wow.
series, and they did it in the 2012 series.
Okay.
So I actually really love those issues. But I actually have the original issue of Donatello. I actually got it signed by Leonard and Eastman.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
It's one of my favorite ones. Like honestly, I even told them like this is probably one of my favorite Ninja Turtle storylines I ever read. Like I just love the imagination of the shit. And
Do
there's like a
you
magical
do you have
pencil.
a favorite of those? Like, do you like the book more than the episode, or the episode more than the book?
Um, I like the comic itself more than I think just more it's more detailed.
All right.
And
Cool.
it is like it's Jack Kirby like so this is before this was around Jack Kirby. I think Jack Kirby passed away late 80s.
Okay.
I don't
I
remember when
don't
he passed,
remember.
but I know it was a kind of a tribute to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had him sketch certain characters for the comics. So when you actually see the thing, like the other characters besides
94.
Donatello are Jack Kirby's art.
Okay. You heard
So
94. So,
94, yeah,
not wrong.
yeah. So it was a tribute then.
Mm-hmm.
So all the characters he made like outside the world, it was based on Jack Kirby's art.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
yeah, and I knew he was a big fan of that too, so it was cool.
That's
That's one of my
awesome.
favorite ones. But yeah, I've been reading I read the first 5. The Shredder dies in the first issue.
Didn't know that. Same way?
Oh, he died. He dies. He gets thrown off the roof, and they didn't like. They throw his ass off the roof, and then they go down to make sure he's dead, and they see his like claw on the floor, and they just throw him in the garbage.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
And then Baxter Stockman, I think, has more. I think Baxter Stockman is a bigger villain than Shredder is because he has like multiple books.
Oh, so it's not even just that there's a through line. It's just there's different villains because they don't have that common thread like they do on the show
Yeah.
with Shredder. It's just Here's a new villain.
Yeah.
Here's a new villain.
And
Okay,
the
cool.
foot returns. The foot are like Ronins. They like lost. They lost without the leader and things like that. And then
Hmm.
Baxter Stockman is doing his thing with the Mausers and stuff like that. He is actually black in the comic, so it
Hmm.
makes sense that they made him black eventually. Um, April kind of, if you looked at, depending on the artwork and the turtle book, she was originally black, and then they changed her. And they white. They always changed her identity, but she looked like a product of the time. Like she had the perm curly hair and things like that.
Yeah, I think when the newest cartoon came out and there was controversy about that, the somebody had, I forgot which website had put it up her history. So like they had mentioned that, but I think they got a statement on what they were going for, and it was like I think it was kind of just left to be ambiguous. So it looks like she could be one or two things, and then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
But yeah, it's a cool book. I'm really digging it. It kind of gives you old school. Sadly, they have them like broke apart. So the next volume 3 I have to buy, and then volume 4 is available. Volume 5 I have to buy. Volume 6 is available. So I hate that they have it like that, but it is what it is. So I give myself like 2 trades a month. So I might get the volume 3, and I'm waiting for the next Power Ranger comic. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, that's it. That's all
All
my
right.
stuff. I just been reading and gaming. That's it.
Yeah, she looks like Lionel Richie,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, she looks biracial.
Yeah,
So,
she doesn't look one side. She looks like a mix.
mm-hmm.
Baxter looks black. He looks like he looks very similar to where he looked like in the 2003 series.
Gotcha.
He's like Carlton Banks.
Oh,
Oh man,
that's pretty funny.
so
Could you imagine if Carlton Banks was a Baxter Stockman fan?
that'd be amazing. He should be. I think he should be Baxter Stockman.
Damn.
I just helped your career, Alfonso Herrera, whatever your name is.
I think it's Riviera.
Riviera.
I forget.
It's Herrera. It's Herrera. It starts with an H. It's spelled very similar to my last name. But it's Rivera.
I got you.
It's Herrera. Yeah. So yeah, take
Oh, here
it.
you go. It's Ribeiro.
Ribera or some shit. Ribero. I don't know. Anyway, Carlton Banks. I will never call you by your real name. I always call you by your stage name, Carlton Banks. Yeah, that's all I got. Let me get into this shitty movie.
So we get the verdict for Hitman Agent 47, which just came out 2015, August 15th, no, 21st in US.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't look at to see if it was the same was if this was the same director. I don't think so. Of the last Hitman.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not. So really, they don't really have anything in common except for a spoiler at the end. The person from the first Hitman movie shows up
Yeah.
to face off against Hitman versus and the lady.
Yeah.
So let's see. This movie, trying to see if there's any stars. Nah, not really.
Nah.
So
The
I'm
dude
looking
that
down.
Siler from Heroes. That's the only one I
Yeah,
know.
that's about the only Zachary Quinto. That's about the only person I know
Yeah.
in this movie. Like, it's not a big Starfield thing. Who was the main guy? Dan Bakado? No, that's not him.
Yeah.
It's just, why is it in alphabetical order but not showing you
Rupert Fried.
Hitman as the first character? That's weird.
Rupert Fried.
Right?
Rupert Friend.
You see where he's at, right? In the listing? He's at the bottom of the listing on IMDb.
Yeah. He was in a lot of movies that don't come over here. He was in the Homelander TV show.
The lady, I guess she's the main character.
Yeah,
Is she? No, she was the handler.
yeah.
Uh, and her name is Angela Baby. Like, why is her credit so high up? I don't get it.
I don't know.
What's the main the female lead? Like,
Hannah
you see
Ware.
the list is messed up.
Hannah Ware. I have it on top. It's like in the top of the thing. Hannah Ware was the female lead. She
I
was
got
cute.
you.
She was in Cop Out. Okay, I recognize her now. She was the Russian lawyer's wife in Cop Out. She was an old boy as well.
Is Cop Out good?
It was doo doo. It's not that good. It's one of Kevin Smith's worst movies.
Oh, that's the one with Bruce Willis. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Say no more.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. Hannah Ware was the
I did see Old Boy. All right.
yeah. Hannah Ware was the girl, and then Zachary Quinto was kind of it was a I don't know what he was, but
He's like the main antagonist, right hand
Yeah.
man, I guess.
yeah. Got directed by Alexander Botch. Let's see if he did anything that we know. We know nothing of what he did before. So this was like I think it's his first director movie as a director. He wrote 2 movies. No, Revok was his first directorial movie. The rest of them, the other movie he wrote. So yeah, this is
I
his
have
first.
no idea what that is, but I'll tell you what, it's probably better than this.
Yeah,
Although that's not saying that this was terrible, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Especially now out of all the things we just finished watching.
yeah,
Like, no, Need for Speed, way better than this.
yeah,
The credit I will give to this movie, when it's not too long, that doesn't help too much because the story's kind of dry. Like I said, I felt like I needed a glass of water after I finished watching this movie.
yeah,
But it's definitely better than the first Hitman movie. I will say that.
yeah,
'Cause they was trying to do this grand story about him leaving the organization instead of just doing the essence of what makes Hitman Hitman. It's just like, let's just see this dude in a suit shoot people.
yeah.
So, and never miss. So yeah, all right. And that's pretty much what this movie does. It's just Hitman doesn't fit. I like the first, I want to say like 30 minutes of the movie where it's kind of like a thriller
Yeah,
because they're being chased by the hitman.
yeah,
You don't, and that's kind of why I like the movie. It was like the first third of the movie was pretty good.
yeah,
I like the misdirection with Zachary Quinto's character where you think he's saving the chick,
yeah,
and then like nope, and then you find out even when he got shot, he not dead because he a super soldier too, and it's like what is going? All right, so that part up to that part of the movie was fine, but it's just like it tries to do some of the things that even the first movie did, where like they try to humanize the hitman by having awkward moments between him and the female lead because that's just what happens. Listen, if a person who could do what he did was sitting next to you, you wouldn't say shit to him.
yeah,
I'm just gonna put that out there. I know she's got the same what is it, agent juice running through her veins because of her father being the lead programmer on the side, the lead, like, what is he? He's a geneticist. He's the lead geneticist on the Hitman, on the agent project. So she is the daughter of the man who makes the agents, aka Agent 47. But the through line is that the father did the same stuff to her. She doesn't know it was because and it was done to her so she would live, because the guy who he was, they would not let him have a family.
yeah,
They would just kill him anyway.
Yeah.
They would use him as collateral if he didn't do what they wanted him to do, which that makes sense. So that's basically the gist of the drama of the movie. There's a girl trying to find her father because she doesn't know who he is, because the only memory she has of him are when she was really young and being left in a sewer grate or something like that.
yeah,
Because you get to that part in the movie later on. So like that's the big through line, but it's just dry because everybody's an emotionless killer.
yep,
And so even the main character, which is really the female, is like she's she got the hitman juice. So
Yeah.
she's not really ever doing anything that's like showing much of the humanity that she tries to tease the hitman about. So
Yeah.
like she's not really cheery, she's not really uh jokative, like she's not exhibiting the things that she kind of like makes fun of the guy for not having. So she's dry as hell too. um Hitman's dry as hell, he doesn't crack a smile. uh, he's like, it's like watching a movie with like 5 Batmans.
Yeah.
It's like you can't have this much Batman. Like, come on, man. You can only have one because then it just starts getting redundant. You need a Nightwing or a Robin to be a dick.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But it's just like, yeah, that's what this movie ended up being. Too many Batmans.
Yeah.
It's just she starts to unlock the hitman powers as she starts to understand what's going on. So she's the key, and by the end of the movie, she's hitmanning it up with the hitman.
Yeah.
So again, it's just like, yeah, some of the action stuff is cool, and what I said was it's so ridiculous because at least in the beginning, when she does finally team up with the hitman, and she's still afraid and doesn't know how to do anything,
Yeah.
he's using her to get through, like I think it's a hangar, and there's like airplane parts all over the place, and it's like this highly skilled team coming to kill him and whatnot. I did like the kills that happened there because there was one part where like she was saying what she would do was she would do a focus time. Basically, she would go in her head and plot out the moves based on whatever, I don't know, just hitman juice, right?
Yeah.
So that was her special ability. She would use it. He would say something to her, and she would like give him the answer. And then so he hits a button at one point, and then this, I don't know what it was, like a those things that is not really a crane, but it looked like the bottom part, the front part of the bulldozer that was just suspended and open for some reason, and it just closes on two dudes, and it's like, I can see that being in a Hitman game.
Yeah.
I can see that being something like, oh yeah, you gotta wait here, walk for the two guys to walk by, hit the button, and boom, they just die. And then there's a part where she shoots the glass and the guy gets sucked into the engine that's already been overloaded because he was playing with stuff early. Like, there's a lot of stuff that if you, especially the most recent Hitman 1 and Hitman 2, because they rebooted the franchise.
Yeah.
It feels like those. So, but that's not the majority of the movie. Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of action, but the part that everybody loves about Hitman, it is the ridiculous kills.
Yeah.
It is it is like you're on this lavish resort and you have to kill this one man in his hotel room. How do you do that? Oh, well, I waited till he played golf and I switched his regular ball with an exploding golf ball. Genius. Wouldn't you do that?
Yes.
I mean, but no, that makes no sense.
I'll watch him burn.
What is that?
I'll watch him burn.
That's what you do in the game. That's like, yeah, it's messed up. But what I mean about Hitman is it's not just a man shooting people down. Yeah. Hitman is about stealth assassination.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the part that's like, you're not quite doing the action as well as an action movie.
Yeah.
And the story, nah.
Yeah, the story wasn't there for me.
Kind of falls apart for me. Like, I don't hate it, but it's not like lighting my ass on fire. Nah.
Yeah. I liked it better than the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not saying much either. I think the story still was kind of convoluted and shit. I saw the areas where they try to look like the game. They try to take like play by play with it. I just didn't like her how she got the powers. It reminded me of the show Chuck I was telling you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He used to scan things, and like at the third season, he was able to scan things and do it. So like if you wanted to learn how to drive, he could scan it and he'll do it. Or learn how to fly a helicopter, you scan it and do it, kind of thing. So That's what it kind of reminded me of. I didn't like the ending of it. Like when she just started using it as well. I was just like, yeah, this was like fucking predictable. Come on, and I just didn't care. Like it was okay. Like, I guess it wasn't as bad as a lot of the other ones we watched, but it is not that high either. So
No,
yeah,
no.
it's gonna get. I think it's in my 19th spot.
It's at its best when it's being the most ridiculous, but it's not the most ridiculous enough throughout the movie. And that's kind of like, if you're not gonna be interesting, at least be crazy. And like, nah, it's not even that crazy.
Yeah. So Ray, I got your ranking earlier today, and do you want to keep it where you left it?
Yeah, just above what?
Silent Hill 1 and 2.
Above Silent Hill 1 and 2. That's fine.
All right. So Agent 47 makes your cut at number 15, and Agent 47 for me makes my cut at 19.
Gotcha.
As our listing goes on right now, we are going to do the top 10 because reading 30 names is kind of annoying after a while. So right now, our top 10 for both of us. At number 1 is still Mortal Kombat, going strong. It has not moved from that spot since we watched it. Number 2 is Super Mario for me, DOA for you. Number 3 is DOA for me, and Super Mario for you. Number 4 is Double Dragon. Number 5 is Street Fighter. Number 6 is Prince of Persia. Number 7 is Need for Speed. Number 8 is Postal. Number 9 and number 10 is Resident Evil Retribution and Apocalypse for me. And number 9 is Tomb Raider and Resident Evil Afterlife for you.
Gotcha.
That's your top 10. That's my top 10. Our next movie, next week, it is a pretty epic one. I remember watching this in theaters. Warcraft.
Oh boy. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I've never played Warcraft in my life, so I have no affinity for it.
Yes.
Positive or negative.
Same here. I never, like, you know what? I did maybe played Warcraft 3 on PC.
Okay.
Back in the day, and I just fucked up my friend's game. That's what I did.
Damn.
But I like knowing the story. Like one thing I always knew, they always had like amazing cutscenes and shit. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know it's a pretty movie. So it's gonna be something to watch. So yeah, we have our final movie of October will be Warcraft.
I would just like to point out that the Hell in a Cell 2020, the first match of that event was more cinematic, and it made me feel so many more emotions than the Hitman. I just point that out.
All right. And so, yeah, that's true. So, yeah, we're going to close out October with Warcraft. And then for November, which is usually 4 weeks, our next for November will be Assassin's Creed. We'll finish out Resident Evil with Final Chapter, Tomb Raider, and Rampage will close out November.
Man, wow. All right.
We're almost done.
We'll see The Rock again.
December until Monster Hunter comes out. Like, Sonic is the last one until Monster Hunter comes out.
Oh, damn. Monster Hunter. I feel so bad.
We're getting there.
Why's it gotta be Monster? Man, this is definitely the bad timeline.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh man. Yeah, that's all we got, I guess.
Yes, sir. So we can wrap this one up. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. We are at now Spotify.
Yes.
SoundCloud. We are also on YouTube. Make sure you also listen to the Wrestling Babble podcast, which is going to be on Spotify and SoundCloud. Also on the Merc with the Mic YouTube.
Yep.
Make sure you check us out on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. Make sure you check out the WordPress. Get you some video game screenshots. And the Facebook group.
Yep.
Also Red Cyclone 8.
Yep.
Where you at, Merc?
Follow us on everything. Again, Spotify. Please follow. That'll help us a lot. Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. SoundCloud and YouTube, Twitch TV, or Mark with the Mic. Follow our Wrestling Wink and Wrestling Babble pages on the Facebook. We are very active on there, and we actually had really good polls for Hell in a Cell, so definitely check that out. And other than that, follow the Jinkies. Oh,
Yeah.
follow our other cast, our other podcast. The Ashell Shock has a new podcast for Turtles 1. We do have Not a Trekkie. We do have the Morphin Cast. And we do have Gamer Rage Podcast, which are monthly podcasts. We have brand new episodes all there. And our weekly ones. I guess right, I swear, in the Wrestling Battle, we can follow everything we have done. And that was Loki saying goodbye as well.
Nice. Confirmation.
Yep. Alright, so peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Sandwiches he's not supposed to have, damn it.
Damn right.
Take him from him.
Yes.
6 feet though. Don't forget.